Have you ever wondered what an altar is and why it's so important in the Bible? From the very first book, Genesis, all the way to Revelation, altars are everywhere. They are powerful symbols of where humanity met God. So what exactly is an altar, and why should it matter to us today? An altar is a special table or a raised place, often made of simple stones, where gifts and sacrifices were presented to God. Think of it this way. An altar is a meeting place between God and humanity. It's where people came to worship, to ask for forgiveness, to make promises, and to simply say thank you. In the Bible, these altars were made from different materials. You'd find them made of earth, wood covered in bronze, or even gold, and most commonly, stone. Interestingly, God sometimes commanded that altars be made of uncut stones. This wasn't about aesthetics. It was a powerful message that worship isn't about human perfection, but about our simple, heartfelt obedience. So, why did people build them? The reasons were deeply personal and spiritual. They built altars for worship and thanksgiving, to offer sacrifices for their sins, and to seek forgiveness. They were also places to make covenants or sacred promises with God and to call on His name in times of need. At its core, an altar was a physical acknowledgement of God's holiness and a declaration of our complete dependence on Him. If we journey back to the book of Genesis, we see some of the earliest altars. After the Great Flood, Noah built an altar to thank God for saving his family. Abraham, the father of faith, built altars everywhere God appeared to him, marking those divine encounters. His son, Isaac, built an altar at Beersheba, and his grandson, Jacob, built one at a place he named Bethel, which means house of God. These weren't just piles of rocks. They were monuments to moments of powerful connection and faithful obedience to God. Later, when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, God gave very specific instructions for the altars in the tabernacle, the portable temple. There were two main ones: the bronze altar for sacrifices and the altar of incense for prayer and worship. This design was intentional. It taught the people that forgiveness required a sacrifice and that prayer was a central, constant part of their relationship with God. The story of altars continues with the prophets. One of the most dramatic altar scenes in the entire Bible is with Elijah on Mount Carmel. He rebuilt a broken-down altar to the Lord and challenged the prophets of a false god. When he prayed, God answered with fire from heaven, proving that He alone is the one true God. Altars became stages where God's undeniable power and truth were revealed for all to see. Now, when we get to the New Testament, there's a huge shift. The focus moves from physical altars to the ultimate sacrifice, Jesus Christ. His death on the cross was the final, perfect sacrifice, once and for all. All those stone and bronze altars were pointing to something much greater. They were pointing to Jesus Himself. Because of what Christ did, we no longer need to approach God with animal sacrifices. Instead, we come to Him through faith and obedience, with our hearts open. So, what does the altar mean for us today? It's no longer just a physical structure. The altar has become a symbol for the posture of our hearts. It represents our surrender to God, our repentance when we mess up, our worship, and our daily commitment to follow Him. When you hear someone talk about coming to the altar in a church service, they're talking about coming to God with humility and faith, ready to meet with Him. From simple stones in the desert to the life-changing sacrifice of Christ, the altar tells one consistent, powerful story across the centuries. God has always wanted to meet with His people. He desires a real relationship with us, built on our obedience and sincere worship. It's an invitation that is still open to every single one of us today. Thanks for watching, and if this was helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more.